Hey, what's up, guys? So, apologies. I realized after I uploaded my last video, which was like 2 days ago, that I had a microphone issue. Now I got it fixed, so now I'm able to do recaps again. And On top of that, I actually made two videos today because, as you can see on this chart, I actually documented live as I saw this happen that. It formed a pattern. I'm not gonna spoil. Some of you may already see what this pattern is of your experience, but I'm not gonna spoil my other video. You can find that on the card that I put up right here. I have a card on the upper right hand corner of this video that links to my other video that I have uploaded, which talks particularly about this. And I actually recorded when I saw this pattern emerge. I was like, oh, I should record this live and see what happens. Because a lot of times when I trade, I just trade it, but I don't consciously think about it. So now that I'm consciously thinking about it, I decided to record it, draw out the lines to make it more helpful for folks. So feel free to let me know what you think about what I'm doing here as the patterns emerge. And I try to take the trades. Even if patterns emerge, it doesn't mean 100% of the time it's going to work out the way it does. But it is pretty cool to actually call it out and watch it happen more or less live. Because this is a recap, what I recorded while it was recorded live during the trade. It's not technically live, obviously, but it is cool to retroactively look back in time and then just see it emerge, see it happen, and then see it play out. So anyway, so that's that. I put the lines here, and I'm going to just do my normal recap. So I started off with low. What happened to it was, actually, I don't know what happened to it. So it gapped up yesterday. Now it's filling the gap. It's probably gonna go back down somewhere. So this is the daily level for low. So 15-minute when I took it was so it actually broke out of this level, and it was just heading downwards. 5 minute I took it right under this SMA here. So it broke down, and that's when I took a short, small size, only 300 shares. It's one of those things where, personally, one of the things that I'm working on for myself is being able to, manage my share size better, not take as many risks, because oftentimes I get stuck in a position, as you've seen, and that actually leads to a lot of my really bad days is because of that. So anyway, so it dropped, as you can see at this point, at around the 10 a.m. mark. I did not take the short because you just never know, right? Actually, no. Yeah, 10 a.m. it dropped. I don't want to chase it at this point because oftentimes what happens is as the candlesticks precede the move on the EMA before the cross, it can hit this and then bounce. Oftentimes I got myself into really big trouble when I take it like right here. Even at 10:01, it's good because there's a pullback, but taking it here, when the EMA hits the SMA, it may tend to bounce. And this is kind of what happened, is it went back up. So I just waited to see what happens, and then when the stock dropped again and the EMAs were about to cross, that's when I took this short. And that's why I took a small size. Is I wanted to be patient and to make sure that this is okay. So 300 shares, it dropped. I covered some here, and then I covered the rest right here. And then this, even though it looks like it's a 1 minute thing, it actually bounced really quickly. So this is where some people may get stuck. And, oftentimes you look at my chart and sometimes you say, I agree with you that I should probably get out, but sometimes you're like, hey, why did you get out? So sometimes you don't have that chance because this stock literally, right after I covered it, there's no way anyone can cover this unless you put a limit order or a market order and somehow it hits it right here, because it literally, I got out, and right after I got out, it just bounced. And then I think it was just, bouncing up and down here for the whole minute, and then it started to go back up. Anyway, that is low. The other one I took was BJ. So BJ is the one where I have a longer discussion about. So for BJ, daily level, it gapped up. So, and it's sitting on its SMA, so it's a very strong stock. it's strong the whole day. So basically, it held this level 2460, and then it started a run up. I missed all this because I actually woke up late today, like 15 minutes late, and I was just looking at different stocks. The 5 minute. Reason why I took this is actually because of the 1 minute. So on the 1 minute, let's take a look at this. So on the 1 minute, there's this high of the day is right around here, 25.59 or something like that. So I took 1,000 shares here, added to my position here right when it broke it, and then I covered some here. Because I'm not comfortable with such a big size. I'm trying to manage my share size. Actually, no, sorry. It is not 2,000 shares. It's actually 4,000 shares that I took because this is a cheap stock. It's $25. So I was definitely not comfortable with such a big share size. So it broke this level, went up. I covered some here, covered some more 500, and then I covered the remainder up here. Well, not the remainder, sorry. I covered most of it here. I waited for it to see what happens. It popped up, and then on the way down, I covered the rest. Because the reason why I did this is because I actually wanted it to hit 26, which is right here. I had a feeling if it hit 26, it would pop, it would go through, but it did not, and so I just got out because I know what happens. If it's trying to hit a level, it doesn't hit it, it may collapse. And that's sort of what it did. It is not it's not as drastic as a collapse, but it did fall back to the original level. So it was a strong stock. Technically speaking, on this pullback, I can take my original re-entry, but I wasn't 100% sure of what's going on. So I didn't want to take it. And also, I made quite a bit of money from this already. That's when I switch over to playing low, which I just described earlier. So you see 955, and then I switch over to low at around 10. Took a look at that. Now here I made another re-entry, 1,000 shares this time, smaller. This was a quick move. It popped up and then it came back down like really quickly. So this is a scalp. The reason for this is $26. The strong stock again, like I said, is very strong. So on the move up, I knew that once it breaks 26, if it does, it's gonna run up. So I took a small size, 1,000 shares. It popped up. I covered most of my positions at around this level. It stalled here a bit, so I got out more. And then I only had like 200 shares, 300 shares left. And then on the way down, I think this is like $4 that I made on this last piece. So I just got out essentially at break even. And then it sort of hung around this level, chopping up and down here. As it starts to chop, I saw a pattern emerge. And like I said, look at my other video where I talk more about that. And then I just took a short and then made some extra money here. Reason why I got out at this level, didn't wait for this big drop here. Technically, I should have held a couple hundred shares or whatnot and see what happens, but I didn't want this to run back up against me. It can always happen. It hit this SMA, and you can see this stalled it for a bit, for a good 5 minutes. It stalled it, and then it dropped again. It tends to happen. That's why I set my why I exited around those levels. And I tend to be more conservative. Technically speaking, I can probably make a re-entry here, similar to what I did with the 26 hour. Made a re-entry here for another short position, ran it all the way down through here. But it's not 100% certain, so that's why I didn't do that. Now it looks like it's going to break this again. It's going to go for another high. Oh, actually, no. Sorry. It's not, because now it dropped back down. It hit 26.21, double top, and now it dropped all the way back down. Yeah, this would be a good entry, I guess, somewhere around here. Because you saw it couldn't break this level, did it twice. I'll probably take a short right here and watch it fall. But anyway, all right, so that's it. That's my recap for the day. Make sure to check out my other video where I go over the pattern that I saw today, and let me know if you like that type of video too. I feel like sometimes on my recap I just brush through things because I just see it and then I just take the trades. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm extremely wrong, like a couple of weeks ago where I had almost like back to back $2,000 losses and stuff like that. Sometimes I really screw up. So anyway, let me know, and let other people know if you like it. So, yeah. All right, that's it. Thanks.